Hi friend, I want to share with you some key tips and even some small changes that you can make when you are creating your to-do list that can help you to be more effective. So the first one is to write down each task clearly. In fact, I got this from a Rabbi Daniel Lapin when I was reading his book, Successful or Business Tips from the Bible, or Successful Business Tips from the Bible, Business Secrets from the Bible. Yeah, so his book, Business Secrets from the Bible. So he's a Jew and he focuses a lot on how principles and methods from the Bible can help us to this day. Now, he also mentions in a small part of his book how when we are writing down our to-do list, we have to remember that our brain processes information in languages, right? So if you're writing down what you want to do, you don't want to write or to jot down something that's really obscure, that makes you have to think again when you're reading this task what this is. And you may think, okay, I'll know because I'm me. But if it makes you have to think for even a few more seconds about what this is, what you clearly mean, and what you have to do, it adds up and you're wasting time. If you're gonna do things to save and to be more effective and productive during your day, making these small changes will help you a lot. When you're writing down each task on your to-do list, write them down in sentences. That's actually what he says. And in my book right now, I actually need to get a new agenda or a new planner. But if it's small, at least make the statements that you are writing clear and think about it as giving yourself instructions as to what to do. So think about helping yourself by doing this task or by following this tip. The next tip I'm going to share with you, and this is something I learned from another productivity, or actually a productivity expert, Brian Tracy. So yeah, I'm bringing in the experts today. But he suggests that after you've written down your list, you label them according to priority, right? So you label them according to priority. And in his book, Eat the Frog, he also mentions do the first things first. The first priority, eat them, get the most unpleasant but necessary things out of the way. And after you've done that, you start to feel more accomplished because you're doing things that you need to do. So eat the frog. He also gives us a method of labeling or tasks. He has a A, B, C, D, E method, very, very clear and to the point, but it's like from A to E, you're labeling according to priority, A being the highest, E being the lowest. Even within that method of using, the alphabet, you can even go further or categorize them further by in A, right? If you have a task that you say is the highest in priority, you can label it A. But what if you have several tasks that are high priority that you need to get done during the day, but you don't want to necessarily say it's B? Now, you can also go as far as maybe saying A1, A2, A3, just to categorize them even further. So okay, these are really important and I need to get them done today. And you can also do the same with B, you can also do the same with C. And I'm going to link the article that he wrote below so you can read further into it if you want. If your brain considers that you can survive at a certain level and everything is fine, it will stay there. But if you want to push yourself to another optimal level that, yes, will come with challenges, but will be better, will actually produce more and higher results, then you have to do things to push yourself. And even if it's simple things, so not necessarily jumping over a bridge just yet, but different steps that you're putting in place to help yourself. Now, another method that's also mentioned by Brian Tracy is to break down projects into different steps. So, for instance, as a YouTuber myself, I'm going to use myself as an example. Filming a video for me involves many different steps, or publishing a YouTube video, I should say, involves many steps that I need to accomplish in order to say that this task is finished. So rightly, it is a project. Now, for me to be more effective and not to keep on guessing, have I done this, have I done that, oh my gosh, I missed that, I break down the projects into different steps. And this helps you a lot if you're working with a team to understand each step and to delegate the task well. Even for yourself, even if you're working individually, you are still managing projects if you think about it. So you want to break those down into something that's clear, that you know and understand each thing that you need to do. Carry them out, even do a checklist so it helps. It gives your brain some endorphins when you're checking off the task and you see that you're actually getting further and closer to accomplishing your projects. Now this tip, it can go across daily planners, because maybe each step that you're doing for a project can be done across several days. But by breaking down the project into different steps that you need to take, then you know each step that you need to complete, or several steps that you can complete for a day, without thinking that you have to do the whole thing if you don't need to. And even if you have to do the whole project, still write down the steps so that you know you're following the right guidelines. So were these tips helpful for you? What stood out to you the most? Let me know in the comment section below, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day.